All right, well, welcome back. I'm sure by now you guys probably know the drill. It is another tournament weekend, another PBA Central Regional stop, and this time we are headed to Bluffton, Indiana, which is actually one of my favorite venues because, well, I tend to bowl pretty good there. This is E.J. Tackett Center, and this is our RPI qualifier. What that means is the top 4 who are not in PBA 50 points in this tournament will get an automatic bye to the RPI. The last 2 years, this is actually where I've solidified my spot for the RPI, and I'm hoping to put together another good weekend like I did last weekend to wrap up the RPI and not have to worry about going and getting any more points. But I'll just be honest with you guys, with last week's performance and the amount of points I made up, I think I got top 8 locked in, hopefully. But let's not count our chickens until they hatch, and if I can go and solidify my spot this weekend, let's try to do that. So we are actually headed to the bowling alley right now. You guys know the drill. We're gonna go put the work in, get some things ironed out. A couple things I need to work on that I realized I struggled with a lot last week. The first one is I need to work on posting my shots. I fell off a lot of shots last weekend, but the pattern was super soft and they were wide open, so I kind of got away with those certain things. But this weekend in Bluffton, I won't have that luxury. Usually in Bluffton, they play pretty hard. The past 2 years, the cut's been even. So have to go and get ready to shoot some spares, and that's another thing I want to work on is my spare shooting, although it's not bad because last week I was 42 of 42 when it came to single pin spare shootings. I just still want to stay fresh, stay good on it, and make sure that I'm seeing everything correctly. So we're gonna put some work in and then head home, get packed, head out of here, because tonight we're actually gonna go camping with my parents who are going down there. In Bluffton, there's a KOA like 4 minutes away from the bowling alley, and since my parents don't get to watch me bowl much anymore, this is one stop a year that they like to load up the camper for us and take it down there. And so we'll camp out with them this weekend, have some fun. You know, it's nice to be with family, have them around to cheer me on and to watch, so that's pretty cool. And I love this tournament. I've always had good vibes going to Bluffton, and right now I'm not throwing it half bad, obviously, picking up title number 3 last weekend, but at the same time too, a job still needs to be done and work still needs to be put in. So let's go do that. Let's keep the confidence train on a roll, and yeah, let's just go have a good weekend. So let's get it. All right, now after being ridiculed, we're here. We're at the campground. We got dinner ready. We got a fireplace, kind of. Practice went good-ish. I mean, I'm very picky, and I'm very particular on how I want things to feel, and how I want the ball to come off my hand. And I would say it was like 85%. But again, it's the PBA Regional Tour. We make it up as we go. So looking forward to tomorrow. I'm very happy I have B Squad tomorrow. I get to sleep in. I get to eat my parents' food. I think that's my favorite part about this whole weekend. I can eat my parents' food. I haven't got to do that in years. That's right. So I'm looking forward to that part. Other than that, it's going to be nice. Good to have family here. Haven't had them here. Excuse you. Haven't had them here in a while. So But as of tonight, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to try to shut my brain off, forget about tomorrow for a little bit, enjoy the time that I have here, and eat some really bad food. Well, really good food that's bad for me. So, you guys have a good night. I will see you in the morning. Don't look at me like that. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning here in Bluffton, Indiana. Dad's about to cook me breakfast, which is the best part of all of this. Last night was nice. Come in and just relax, not have to worry about getting up at a certain time or really rushing through the mornings. Love B Squad for that reason. It's currently 8:30 and we're gonna head out here in just a little bit and go watch some A Squad. They'll start here in a little bit. And just kind of get the vibe of what's going on there. Past couple years, this place has plays pretty tricky. This year, they're actually laying out a pattern as 3-to-1 ratio, and I'm pretty sure the past couple years have been 2-to-1s. But I mean, Bluffton, I think, is just naturally harder, so I wouldn't expect that to change the pace too much. But kind of want to go say hello to some of the guys, some of my friends, get some videos, and just enjoy my morning a little bit. Then we'll come back, and I'll get some brunch in me, get ready to bowl. Practice yesterday wasn't, I guess there's just still some things I'd like to feel better about. You know, that's part of it, constantly keep progressing and getting better. I'm probably being nitpicky, but you know, you want to be able to just turn the dome off and go bowl, kind of like what I did last weekend. And you know, yesterday I was definitely thinking, so that's all right. It's gonna be a fun day. I'm looking forward to it. Again, it's an RPI qualifier, so top 4 who are not in PBA 50 points, top 4 get straight automatic spots into the RPI. So I'd love to put together a good weekend and see what we can do about that RPI spot. Excited, definitely excited. Definitely need more coffee. So I'm gonna finish my little walk here, go get some coffee, go watch some A Squad, and then just enjoy a great day of bowling and being with my family. So, especially when they get to cook me breakfast, that's the best part. So, man, beautiful. The view like this, I don't know how we can have a bad day. Alright, well, we are about ready to go head out to the bowling alley. Currently, we're just kind of relaxing, watching a little bit of football. I got some stuff ready, freshened up some equipment, watched a little bit of A Squad at the start, because really, here at Bluffton, they always kind of end up the same way. You just get left, get really soft, get around it, and which is why Marshall Kent and EJ are both bowling really well right now. The looks that looked the best on fresh, I would say, were probably Zeke Bate, Marshall Kent, and I think even Ronnie Russell. They were a little bit straighter, and they kind of, I don't say threw it hard through the fronts, but they definitely had ball reactions where the ball did not see it super early. It was just very like a floaty type of look, which is what I'm gonna try to replicate. Probably a blue tank. That ball seems to do that really, really well. So that'll probably be what I'll be looking at. Blue tanks, tank combats, yellow tanks. And then, I mean, the past 3 years here, I've made match play each time just by getting way left, getting really soft. And they just kind of open up, and you, as long as you don't, you know, lose your mind, you usually can have a good look doing that. So A Squad's in game 7 right now. The cut's going to look to be around even. same as usual. And so we're gonna go and get some Herbalife teas. Shout out to Pat Dombrowski. You'll love that. And then we're gonna get ready to bowl. So I feel good. I don't know. Really nothing going on in the dome. Any thoughts? Makes two of us. So let's have a day. Right, Dad?
Sure.
He said sure. That means he's in. Let's have a good day. All right, well, the prediction of where we will be. She's really cold, so I feel bad about this. Anyways, the prediction of what today is going to be, it was spot on. Marshall Kent, are you going to film for me? Oh, look at me with my filming crew.
It's too close up.
Marshall Kent has the best look at anybody in there by far, and he's just, I'll put a video here, he is just getting left and letting it eat. Zach Weidman told me all you got to really do is just ball to the front, so let it see it down lane. I did get threatened by Marshall. He said if I'm not in front of the ball return by game 3, I'm going to be in trouble. So let's not get in trouble. No, for real, let's taking shapes that I know work really well here. So probably a Supra, a Venom Shock, and then obviously the new Prides. The old Pride looked phenomenal here. Tanks, and then let's just control it for the first 3 games. Hopefully my wife doesn't shiver the rest of the day like she is right now. And put together a solid day of bowling, but scores are low, cut's gonna be around even. Get some equipment in there, get ready to go. Let's have a good day. Take care of business. So, okay, I'm gonna take the phone back because she's shivering. So here in practice, I was focused on one thing. Let's get off to a good start. The past couple years here in Bluffton, I have got off to some really slow starts, and playing catch the leader with EJ Tackett and Marshall Kent is no fun. So here in practice, you'll see me throw yellow tanks, blue tanks, and a tank combat, basically just trying to figure out how am I going to keep this in front of me to shoot 2-0 and just get out of the blocks in a better way than I did last year. I knew this game plan was going to be short-lived because here at Bluffton, they usually lay out stuff that's pretty hard and pretty flat. So I knew that I was going to get forced left pretty quickly, which by the end of game 2, I'm already in front of the ball return. Shocker, shocker. But I knew that going in, that's how it was going to be. So here in practice, I was just trying to get the day started. Mentally, I was in a really good spot. I kind of already knew what the center was needing from me. You have to manage the bad pairs and take advantage of the good pairs. And if you do that, you usually put together a solid 8 games of qualifying. So mentally, I was ready. I was locked in. I felt good. Release felt great. And I was ready to get in there and compete. So now with that being said, let's get on with these 8 games of qualifying. So we just finished qualifying here at Bluffton, and we have a really good story, and I actually cut him off in the middle of it because I wanted this for the vlog because he asked specifically to be on this. So
I did.
All right, let's hear your story.
Okay, so we got to recap. So back in Minster, Sobel puts a big game 8, to be the number that day.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I go open and miss cut by like 10. So we're both stringing. We both have a good game going into like the 9th. Well, I open. Sobel still continues to dominate that game.
Oof.
So I was like, Sobel's going to do this twice of have a nice game to finish. But then I also realized, I have an open in the 9th, and I had an open in the 10th at Minster. And we needed a lot of pins in the 10th to not do Minster again.
So did we throw all 3 in the 10th?
We did not throw all 3 in the 10th.
Did we get the first?
No.
Did we spare?
Yes.
Okay.
So we spare strike. It's fine.
We spare strike.
We're still in, so it's fine.
We're still in. How? We're in by 5?
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
My man.
Let's go.
We like stories like that.
Yeah.
We grind, we survive, we come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boy.
Let's go.
Well, other than my wife being frozen like an icicle, I think today was exactly what you could ask for in a day of bowling. The one thing I preach all the time is take advantage of the good pairs and minimize the bad pairs, and today that was executed to perfection. I jumped on all the good hot pairs, put together really big games, and all the really hard pairs I managed to grind out, with my lowest game being 180, which is a really, really, really good day at Easy Bowl here in Bluffton. Yeah, honestly, I don't really have much to say about my physical game or any thoughts. I made and executed really good shots today. I was on top of transition really well, which is kind of surprising because last year and the year prior, I'm pretty sure game 3 or game 2 each time I was like battling not to shoot 150. So it was nice to be on top of that today. Honestly, there's just nothing much really to talk about. Spare shooting was great. Just ready for tomorrow. We got a lot of good bowlers right on our heels tomorrow. And I would love to hold them off because I think it'd be pretty cool to go bowl for 2 tiles on back-to-back weekends. So, but in order to do that, we got to knock down a lot more pins and bowl a lot more games. So we're going to get to bed. We're going to relax for a little bit first, then get to bed, and hopefully be well-rested and ready to knock down more pins tomorrow morning. So have a good night, guys. I will see you in roughly 2 seconds. Well, good morning. It's match play day here in Bluffton. yesterday was fun. Yesterday was good. Thinking back through yesterday, and when you're holding a lead overnight, you kind of overthink a lot of things, especially when you have guys like EJ Tackett, AJ Johnson, Marshall Kent, Justin Knowles, Zach Tackett. All these guys are right behind you. You start maybe over processing things a little bit. And this morning I came to the realizations that keep it simple. Game plan yesterday worked really good. Stay patient, take care of the good pairs, manage the bad pairs, and you'll be all right. And I kind of just have to remind myself that it worked well yesterday. Just go back in and execute the same way today. Maybe button up those 180, 190 games a little bit better and see if we can't squeak out 220. That may be hopeful wishing, but you can always look to improve. And honestly, just getting off to a hot start, making sure I'm executing, making good shots, keeping myself posted at the line, not falling all over the place. That's kind of the key today. And I honestly feel like if we just make good shots and let the pins fall as they may, we'll probably end up in a decent position. So it tends to be the theme that if I just go out and execute, I usually end up doing not half bad. So same thought process, same everything. Just go out, make shots, see where the cards fall, and hopefully end up in a good position by the end of the day. Cool. So I'm going to sit here, I'm going to chug the rest of this amazing caffeine, and we'll go in, get some stuff freshened up, and we'll get ready to bowl today. So, see you guys in there. Let's have some fun. All right, so as we set into these 10 minutes of practice here, honestly, guys, I'll just be transparent. I was a little sore. I was hurting a little bit from the day prior. I goofed up on that nuclear forward you saw me throw. It was a 16th too long, and because of that, it beat up my thumb pretty good. So my thumb was pretty swollen, my hand was kind of tired. And so here, I was just trying to get loosened up and just get the shoulder and the arm working and get ready for the day. The game plan was still the same. We're going to start with urethane and go straighter, but I definitely was open to getting left faster because since they re-oiled, they definitely got flatter in the middle and they definitely got tighter to the right. And so my look that I had the day prior wasn't quite as good. So I kind of knew that this is going to be short-lived and let's look to get out of it quicker rather than later. But with that being said, mentally, I was ready to rock and roll. I was ready to go out and compete for one of those top 3 spots for the step ladder, and I was just ready to knock down as many pins as I could. So with that being said, let's get into these 8 games.
No. No, he's actually a golfer.
So I want to quick step in and kind of explain what just happened those last two games, because I feel like this is a lesson a lot of our young kids need to hear, and that is you cannot outbowl a bad ball reaction. And that is exactly what I try to do those last two games. So basically what happened is this. As the day progresses along, I keep getting forced further and further left. As the fronts get burnt up, you need to get further left in order to see fresher head oil, right? Right. Well, on those last two pairs, where I was at on the lane and how far left I had to be, when I would get the ball through the spot, it would never tip down lane. It would never see it off the spot. And the reason being is this. The day prior in B squad, our overall rev rate was much, much lower. So as I progressed left through the day, there was still a good portion of people to my right. So as the fronts got burnt up, yes, and I had to go over them and through them more, there was also a bigger defined spot to the right to throw the ball to get it to hook off of. Where in this scenario here with these 21 bowlers, our rev rates are much, much higher. On top of that, they re-oiled. And every time you re-oil a pattern such as this one that's a very low ratio, when you re-oil them, the middles tend to get flatter, meaning you're going to get forced further left in order to create misroom down lane, because you have to create angle through the front in order to create more misroom down lane. So what you have is a higher rev rate squad, flatter middles, guys forced left way faster. That equals chaos, and that is exactly what I ran into Game 6 and Game 7. Now, instead of trying to force feed my nuclear forge and try to make it get off the spot, what I should have done is gone back to the bag, grabbed a Blue Coral Venom, or grabbed a Pride Dynasty. Both those balls slow down much sooner, they're much more controllable in the middle part of the lane, and it would have given me a much better option of getting to the 1-3 without splitting. Now, would those bowling balls have given me a 250 look? No. But would I have been able to bail out 2-0 or 2-10? Yes. And I will tell you guys, firsthand, 2-0 instead of 160 makes the biggest of differences. So, if you're bowling a tournament and you're throwing it good and you're not striking, go back to the bag, grab a different rock, try again. Well, some days you're the windshield and some days you're the bug. Today I was the roadkill on the road getting run over for the 14,000th time. Nah, today stunk. I mean, that's rough. Honestly, I'd like to sit here and just say, like, bad breaks and all that good stuff and just give you guys a whole bunch of excuses, but I threw today away in 2 games. The back-to-back 160s in Game 7 and Game 8 today. Both pairs were uber tight, and I should have been in either a Pride Dynasty or a Blue Coral, and I just didn't switch because yesterday I went absolutely fuego with that new Forge, what's that thing called? Nuclear. New Forge Nuclear. I look like she would know. Would you know?
I knew last time.
Well, she's smarter than me, y'all. So, anyways, should have moved. I should have moved into those balls. They would have saw it sooner, control down lane better. And I just didn't, so I go back-to-back 160s because I'm an idiot. And then the last game, this is what really stinks about this whole thing, is that not only did I backed up 70 for 2 games, going into Game 8, I had the front 5. And I threw a absolute ace shot, and it backed up. Now, everything was fine. All I need to do was run it down. It was a 2-pin. Just need to run down the 2-pin, and I would be fine. And I missed it. It is the first single pin spare I have missed in 17, almost 36 games. It had been 32 games since I've missed a single pin spare, and I missed it there. And I ended up missing out on the step ladder by 4 pins. So, but again, that single pin doesn't matter if I just make the right ball choice the 2 games prior and shoot 2-0 instead of 160. So you can look at it however you want. It stinks really bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm deep down there's just a fire building of rage, but I'm gonna suppress it because there's no point in letting that out right now because we're at Arby's and I'm about to go drown my sorrows in amazing food that's not good for me, right? Oh, the people are gonna think I need mental help after this video. Anyways, but with the good or with the bad comes the good, and the good is we are qualified now for the RPI. Today was pretty sure I made it known that there's an RPI qualifying spot in this tournament. Top 3 who are not PBA 50 points get to go straight to the RPI, and I tied for the first spot with Sam DeWitt, and Sam got the other spot, and then Dean Vargo. So all 3 of us are locked into the RPI, which is exactly what I wanted out of this weekend. I just wish it could have been me making the step ladder instead of me missing it again for the 2nd or 3rd year in a row now. Frustrating, but that's okay because we got Jackson next weekend, and I'm gonna go home and just relax and calm down and get back to what I was doing and just recoup because there's always another day of bowling. I think. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm still upset. She's gonna have to take care of me tonight. I'm not. This video's done. See you guys. Keep everything straight off the hook.